MWTCA meet here in Loves Park, Illinois, and we are going to have fun walking around this one today. It has been a while since I've done a tool walk around, but so this is one of the smaller local meets, and so there's a whole other room back there, but everyone here has come to buy or sell tools. If you'd like to find one like this near you, I have links down in the description down below. Handtoolfinder.com. I have a map of all the places I know of like this, or many other places to buy hand tools. Or if you want to find out more about MWTCA meets, there's a link to the MWTCA.org down below as well. You do have to be a member to come to these meets, that way you can get around the tax liability, but it is a lot of fun. So let's actually dive in here. Flip the screen, there it is. So one of the things I love about coming to these is there's a lot of information to learn. You're going to find books and other things like that, so if you're ever looking for something interesting, but a lot of times there's something you'll see like, what is that? And there'll be someone around who knows. That's kind of cool. Saw covers.
Yes, we just got those in.
Check out those crosscut saws. Lots of fun in here. Molding planes, rules. There's a Stanley 50 in the box. Nice.
Yeah, underproof and overproof. Yeah.
Chisels.
Yeah.
Chisels, a bunch of kinds. I'm going to be playing a lot of hopping around people, so hang on with me. And if you have questions, throw those in the chat. I try and keep up with that. Good morning. Hey, Scott. How's it going? Chisel sets, gouge sets. There's a nice Irwin bit set. These whole ones are they're really expensive. This is 115, which is actually about an average price. Here, these are sets that are rolls, and these are all been sharpened. So these would be great users. And I'm trying to see, what does he have on these? Whole set. I don't see a price on them. I'm trying to find prices when I can. A lot of brass and copper things. If anyone sees something you want me to go back and take a look at, let me know. And this is at the this is Loves Park, Illinois. So yeah, here, let me show you. Turn. So we are. This is the meet over here. We're in the corner. We're going to go up and down these tables here. Love all the brass scales and work on this. Slide around you. Howdy. Rope makers. So you put individual thread on this, crank the handle, and it twines the rope together. Different type of rope maker. This is an old-fashioned tape measure used by timber framers, barrel makers, and wheelwrights. Some wooden braces. Here's some more bit sets back here. Some block planes. Here's a Stanley 45 with one cutter, $40. Now, people tell me all the time they can't find them for 40, $50. Come to an MWTCA meet. I was at one a couple years ago where I bought 6 for $25 each. Here's a nice egg beater. Marking gauges, squares, gent saw, stair saw, more molding planes, another auger bit set. What does he have on the auger bit set? $60 in that set. That's cool. Some levels, gouges and chisels.
You selling anything, Bill? Or?
Coffee cup fell.
Not much.
Here's some plumb bobs.
Buying anything?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm able to get to these, but he's got a whole bunch of planes back here.
Okay.
There's a pile of compass planes. You don't normally see so many compass planes all in one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you'll see these old Stanleys with a knob adjuster on the side. I don't like those as much. They're more collectible, but they're harder to work with. Good morning. Michael Scott, how's it going? This is Loves Park, Illinois. Yep, this is a yearly event. This is the 30th year, actually, that it's been happening. I actually only live about a mile away from here. So, some screwdrivers. Bun feet. Oh, those are hammerhead faces. Okay, what is that thing? Oh, it's a skeet shooter. Ah, cool. Lever caps and parts.
Enjoy your videos.
Oh, thank you. Let's see what we got here. More squares. I'm looking for this one, but in the 3-inch style. Someday I'll find another one of those. I used to have one, but I can't find it anywhere. Block planes. Block planes, $5 each. Chisels. Planes, $20, $20. Let's go on that one. 200. What's that? Oh, it's the bedrock. Egg beaters. Turning tools. Here's a fun one that someone made. Take it all, yes. There's a lot of people who spend a lot of money here. Axes. Let's come on over to the next table. So we just finished one row. And I'm trying to get this thing to rotate. Why isn't it wanting? Here, let me try this. I've got a new gimbal and it's not like the old one. Controls are different, so I'm trying to learn it. Sorry. Stanley 45. Wow. That one's got a lot of extras. Oh, here's the Stanley screwdriver. You don't see these very often. They used to come with the 45s and 55s. Sometimes those are worth more than the whole rest of the tool because they disappeared. Planes. Block planes. Trammel points. I'm thinking about doing a video on these here sometime. They're an interesting little tool. Basically a compass, but for big ones. There's some tape measures. Good morning. Scrub plane. I live in Cleveland. Yeah, there's quite a bit in the Ohio area. So take a look at handtoolfinder.com. I have a map on there with all of them. This is at the Speedway, Loves Park, Illinois. You have to be a member to come. You can become a member at the door, though. Are there any tools you're looking for this morning? I don't really look for tools for myself. I like to look for, here's a bunch of saw sets. People are always asking, where do you find saw sets? Yeah, those are a little more expensive. Usually there's a guy with a box of them for $5 a piece. These are all 50, 25, 15. I look for things that have stories, things that I can make a video about. Hi from the UK. There's always a few things that I'm keeping an eye out for, but not that I need, just because I want it. Let's see what we can squeeze in here. Some breast drills, braces, corner brace so you can get right up against the wall, egg beater drills, pencil sharpeners. These are transitionals, molding planes, block planes. There's some parts over there. I'll look in that bucket and see if there's a square. I am kind of looking for a small metal Stanley. I'd love to find a 3-inch Stanley, but molding planes, back saws, stair saw. There's a big draw knife. If there's something I'm going past you want me to go back and take a look at, let me know. Ooh, soft brushes. Pretty. And someone just threw a wrench into the works. There's a fun saw vise. There's actually quite a few saw vices here today. Got, okay, here's the one everyone's looking for. 62. Oh, it's got a chip in it. Oh, sad. Yeah. The back on that is so thin. Oh, here's a fun one. This is a core box plane. Every time you push it forward, this blade rotates. And so it runs on a track, and it will cut out a concave track in there at the rotation of that. So every time this handle goes back and forth, it ratchets the wheel and rotates it a little farther. I'm going to do a video on core box planes sometime. They're interesting, but they don't have a whole lot of use. Okay, so we've gone down 2 tables. Let's come on back around over here. Come on, work with me. Turn. Yeah, this new gimbal doesn't like to turn. I'm going to have to change the settings on it. Let's see if that helps. Hey, there, I found the setting to change it. Okay, good. Compass plane, number 5, chisels. Some cute little carving chisels. Is that a V? Oh, it's a gouge. Looking for a nice little V tool like that sometime. Kuntz spoke shave. Let's come around this way. I've never understood these weird-looking saws, and they have these ropes. I'm sure the ropes are good for hanging them up, but I don't know why you would want that on the back of a saw. There's some palm chisels. So they go right in the corner of your palm. A lot of people like those because they're easy to push and easy to control. What a knob. Twist bits. Now check out this marking gauge. Someone had a specific use for that. I don't know what. That's one of the things I love about coming to this. I can ask someone, why did someone do that? And usually there's someone who knows. Let's see, we're missing any comments? Oh, sorry. This is agonizing to watch. I have moved to the edge of Door County. Oh, well, if you're in Door County, the national meet is going to be in Green Bay. And really looking forward to that one. National meet is 2 to 4 times the size of this one. Check out those dividers. That's pretty. But the national meet is a 3-day event and just a crazy amount of fun. Wow, well done hinges. What is that? Oh, it's a straight edge. Stainless straight edge. Plumb bobs. Yankee bits. Here's a nice corner chisel. $50. Sorry. Marking gauges. There's come around this way.
Well, no, that's what I mean. That's what you build it for.
This is a tongue and groove plane. Push one way and it cuts the groove. Push the other way and it cuts the tongue. Theoretically, if it's set up straight, it goes really nice and fast. That way it's always both of them. One tool, you're never losing half of it. Let's see what we got over here. Ooh, more auger bits. Individuals? What does he have for a price on these? I don't see it. Huh. There's some big twist bits. Ooh, Jennings. See, the Jennings have these double flutes, so each cutter has a flute that goes all the way down. So you asking $90 for that set.
Hey!
Here's a 50.
Toyota Highlander out there with his lights on, with Wisconsin plate.
Uh-oh, someone's left the light on. Here's a big old tongue plane. It's for, so you got the pair. Here's the grooving plane for it and the tongue plane so you can do your flooring. Corner chisel, $35. Ooh, now that's not a bad deal. That's a nice one. Did a video not too long ago on sharpening these. They're a little tricky, but not hard. The national meet in Green Bay is in June. Go to MWTCA.org. There's a link in the description below. You have to be a member. Thursday is the tailgate sale, so if at all possible, go for Thursday morning, starting at sunrise. Amazing, amazing deals, crazy amount of tools. It is the sale in the world. It's incredible. There's a beautiful set of old carving chisels. Check that out. Wow, those are pretty. Those are really pretty. Here's some Irwin bits. Irwin have only one going downwards. The Jennings have 2. So one of the cutters doesn't have a spiral coming off, and the other one does. So $70. Ooh, that's a good deal. $70 for a full set of Jennings, Irwins. Ooh, nice. So let's come on back here to this table. Here we have some beam drills. All prices are negotiable. Depends on how long it is. Like for the national meet, the first day they're not quite as negotiable, but by Saturday everyone's thinking about carrying it back out to the truck and they're willing to make a deal. I have a box of saws for $2 each. A lot of people just bring stuff that they want to clean the house and get rid of it. They've been holding on to it for too long and trying to move on. Okay, what is that thing back there? Does he have a name on that? No, it looks like a pump of some kind. A sprayer. But, I don't know. I think if this would sit on the ground, you'd stand on it and pump it up and down. There's no threads on the spigot. It's a pump, but what for? I don't know. Miter saws, or miter box. Turn. Okay, oh, this is cool. Foot powered. So it turns this back and forth motion into a rotary. Except for the bearings out of it. There's a number 2. I'm on the lookout. One of these days I'm going to buy another number 2. I have a number 2, but it's chipped and it's cracked and doesn't really, it's not happy. Here's a scrub plane. What's he asking that one? $60 for Stanley 40. Number 3, Union. Oh, I love Union. Union's one of my favorite brands. I would rather a Union or a Starrett over a Stanley. $40. That's a cool sharpener. Check out the gear on that. That is really interesting. I like that. Oh, here's some 4.5s. Old Stanley 4.5s. Those are expensive. Everybody wants one. Files. Ooh, yeah, here's a good one. This is for door hinges. Mortising those in with a router plane. I've got a video on one of those. A door hinge router. Stanley scraper, Lee Nielsen scraper. Machinist level, those are so cool. One of these days I want to get one of those, but I don't need it. They're a lot of fun. There are a lot of router planes here today. Price on them has gone through the roof. Let's see, this one's 120, but 120. Original box. Oh, 300. I was looking at it wrong. That's more like it, but with a really nice box. All 3 cutters. You don't see those very often. Hey, a backing plane. There's another router plane. Everyone wants to see the router planes. Oh, it's got the fence too. This is the English version. The Stanley made them in England. $125. That's not bad at all. 125, 2 cutters, depth, fence, and the foot. I like that. Black plastic boxes. These are Cooper's planes. You flip it upside down and it goes around the top of it. It actually cuts a groove into the barrel that the lid pops into. Some more molding planes, chisels.
I was making buggy wheels.
Woo! Hey, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Made everyone dizzy all of a sudden. All right, let's see what we got here. A couple joiners. It's M. Who is M? Oh, Marshall. That's a collector's piece. Marshall, 175. It's a size 7. Miller's Falls, size 7. Ohio, size 7. Ooh, is that a 5.5? Stanley 5.5. Ooh, that's nice. Don't come across those very often. Here's a 5 1/4. So you have the 5, the 5 1/4, and the 5.5. Yeah.
I would simply put
Here's
glue
some
on everything,
old router
clamp on
planes.
there, squeeze the top,
$85,
bend it, squeeze
$85.
it,
Those make good router planes.
and you never lost any of those. They
Except
always
for
came out.
this one
better
was
than the other
pre-depth adjuster.
I've got to.
And this one, the blade for it isn't set up for it, so you have to get a different blade. There's some 4.5s. Oh. Pre-lateral. Okay, so here's something someone's going to say. Pre-lateral. It doesn't have a lateral adjuster on there. Those are the old Stanleys. And even older, they'll have these nuts. Like this one, this is right-hand thread. So it's going the wrong direction. So it's an old number 4.5. That one's a collector's piece. Here's some tenon cutters or hollow augers. So this actually cuts the reverse of an auger. So it creates a tenon on the end of a stick. Another corner brace. Someone didn't show up to sell. One empty table. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, here's a window molding plane. So you can adjust it for the size of your sash board. Some knife steels. Somebody's going to knock that Stanley 2 on the floor. I think that's why he had it balancing up there. You break it, you buy it, right? Yeah. What are those? Oh, it's a tape measure. It's a folding rule. Check that out. Brass. That's kind of cool. That is really cool. Huh. Levels. Big old marking gauge. This is a vise head, so it would screw into this for a soft vise grip. A Cooper's plane for going around the top of the barrel. Cute little saw. Thank you. What are those? They're reset, so they wouldn't call them printing. Lars machine. Huh. I'll have to come back and ask about those. Because they're negative, so they're cut in as opposed to raised like you'd find for a printing press. Parts and pieces, knobs and bits, bolts and extras. Yeah. Turn. Hey! How's it going, Gary? Oh, check out this set. Okay, so these are mother planes. So you have the round on this, and you have each one of these has a different camber on it. And then you have the matching iron for the camber on it. So you can actually take the sole off of this and put a different one on it. So with a mother plane, you have a round. And with the round, you make the hollow. And then with your hollow, you make your matching round. And so the mother plane is what makes the hollows and rounds. And that's a big set, though. Those are pretty.
Yeah, but if you're going to do small, fine work, like you said, building houses.
Little vices, gouges, numbers. Oop. Trying to see if anyone said anything. Why is my chat not coming up? Chat. Oh well. For some reason I can't see the chat, so I don't know if anyone talked to me. There's a nice little bevel. I love bevel gauges where the adjuster's in the back. Makes everything so much easier. Come on, focus.
You're still alive, huh?
There we go. That makes it so much easier to actually do the adjustment.
If it weren't for my stick, I wouldn't get
Little
it.
brass pieces.
Right. Now I know what to look for. But
Let me see if I can fix this. Live. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I got the chat up. Sorry about that. So if anyone has questions, go ahead and throw those on there. Apparently I missed a couple. Or maybe not. Huh. Threes, fours, more planes. Let's see what's the prices. 55, 30, 40, 30, 20. Let's see, this would make a good user. So this is a Miller's Falls. There's nothing special to it. It's painted all. It's not a collector, but it would work really, really well. What are they asking on that? $30. That's a bit expensive for that one. Though there are a lot of Miller's Falls collectors. Sargent, one of my favorite brands. Union's a really good one. Hold downs. Oh, we used to use these in theater all the time. You put them on the side of a block, You flip the lever down, and that rod comes down and locks it in place. Auger bit sets. Ever looking for a missing iron? 45. There's the Craftsman version of the 45. A little larger hallway. Yeah, the large hallway. Well, yes and no. Pattern makers, planes, yeah, different names for different different companies. Hollows. There's the word. Yeah. If you're making patterns with it, it's a pattern maker's plane. If you're making planes with it, it's a mother plane. Here's a cool set. Those are cutters for a plow plane, so a wooden body plow plane. I often find those. Trammel points. There are a lot of people who collect interesting trammel points. Number 12, number 81. Where do you live, Darren? Or not Darren, where? Sorry, it's really hard to read. Darian. Where do you live? Because I get people almost every week who say, "Oh, I wish I could be there," only to find out that they live right around the corner. I've had a couple times where I've done a live like this, and someone's like, "Oh, there's none of those like me," and I tell them where they're at, and they're like, "Really? I live a block away," and then they show up a couple minutes later. Oh, South Africa. Yeah, there's not much in South Africa. That's a hard one. Okay, here's my table. Sorry, I was catching up on reading those. So, box of saws, $5 each. I sold about half of them today. Come on down. So, nothing special, but all good. There's a couple rip saws in there. Most of them are crosscut. Oh, that's $1. Most of those are $3 or $5. Two of those. Selling some shirts.
I was selling, last week I sold the Stanley.
Let's see, irons.
60, same condition.
There's some big pig sticker molding. Slide around you. Let's see what we got on here. Some interesting collecting. Draw knife with folding handles. That's an interesting one. I like the design on that, the locking mechanism.
These used to be rare.
Tonga nuts. I'm going to have to come back and look at the smoothers there. Let's see what we got here. This, that, and the other thing. Irons. Here's a 4.5 iron and chip breaker. Files and rasps. Slicks. Draw knives. Compass plane. Let's see what we got back over here. Oh, wow. They sold a bunch. So, some saw vices. There's another number 7. There's a cool wooden joiner. Machinist's tools. Let's see. Let's go down this table and over there. Yeah, we'll do that. So there's some transitionals. Where do you live? I'm in Loves Park, Illinois. I actually only live about a couple miles away from this one. So this is one of my favorite meets. And I help out with this one. So this long thing is actually a miter box saw. So it's designed to go in the rails of the miter box. Usually the saw is worth way more than the miter box itself. Here's an old sharpening jig. These actually work really well. A little bit finicky to set up. If there's something interesting I miss you want me to go back and take a look at, let me know. What seems to be the most popular tool and what flies off? You know, there is no most popular tool. Here's a box of free. Anything in here? It was full earlier. Yeah, it's one of those things where you never quite know. So here's some free planes.
Okay, well, you're not gonna have to take it home.
$10, $5, or $15. 15 bucks. $20. 30 bucks for a set of auger bits. Yeah. Here's a 55 with full set of cutters, box. Needs a bit of work, but mostly all there. 275 bucks. Brace. Little hammers. There's another router plane. 90 bucks. Scrapers. Do you have a Stanley number 1, or will you? I do not own a Stanley number 1. Someday I will probably get one. Kind of have to, I guess. But I don't own one right now. I haven't seen any here today, which is kind of odd. Usually there's 1 or 2. Let's see. On the table before yours, we saw some big slicks to the right front of the table. I would love some different looking planes. Here, let me go back and see if I can find those slicks. Oh yeah, right over here. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. At what point is it a chisel or a slick? Because this one's only, what, 1.25 inches. That one's like 1.75 inches. No, 2 inches. What's he asking? 85. And 55. 35. I really want a number 48 tongue group line. There are a couple number 48s here today. I've seen a few of them. Let's come on back over here. So we got some big vices for the man who doesn't have enough vices. Here's a centrifuge. So you clamp this on the table, this thing spins around and these go out, and so all of the material flows out to the end. Another corner brace. There's several corner braces here today. 20 bucks. 7 bucks. 35. $10. Block plane in the box. Craftsman. Back when Craftsman actually made decent stuff. Howdy.
Fancy a cell phone.
Yeah. Adds bunghole drills, so it drills the hole and then puts the tapered head on it so the cork will pop into it. T-augers. This is actually an old wagon jack. So if you had a wooden wheel wagon, you'd use that to jack it up and work on it. Here's a saw filing jig. So you put your saw in this slot here, and then this rides on it, so you're always getting the exact same angle on your filing. A tap for tapered threads. That's interesting. Check out the tooth pattern on this thing. Atkins. I love that handle. That is pretty.
Yeah, I've never seen that pattern.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
First look
It's like
at
someone had fun with it, or I don't know. Is that?
it. It's, whatever it is, that's consistent. No? So,
Here's a donkey ears or a mitering block. Some nice bow saws. Here's a big frame saw up here. There's a flooring saw. Curvature allows you to start in the middle of the floor. Oh, here's a flooring plane. It's missing the handle, but this big thing, it would have a handle that would come off, so this would sit on the ground, and the handle would be up, and you could be standing, planing your floor. Wish I had that when I did my floor. Here, let's come over and do this table, because he's got a bunch of stuff. Here's a big Columbia Cleveland, 95 bucks. Oil cans, another miter box. Stanley number 7s, 98, 85, 65, 60, 63, 75, and on down through the 4s.
They're all on the sides too.
So we got saw sets. everyone's asking me, where are the saw sets? Here's a nice deal. $45 box and cutters for 175 bucks. There's a 45 for 65 bucks.
No cutters.
Yeah, you can usually pick those up for $5 a piece or so. Buy what you need rather than buying the whole set. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, these are fun. This is a depth stop that goes on auger bits. So you clamp it on there, and then when this surface hits the wood, it stops cutting. Some more wooden planes, transitionals, braces. Here's a farrier's file. So this would be for hoofs to actually clean them out. File them down, shape them out, and get them ready to put a shoe on them. Hacksaws, folding rules, jet saw. Here's a cool little wooden plane.
Be right back.
Transitionals. Whoop, too far down. Here's another router plane. 125, comes with 2 cutters. It's missing the mouth though, but not bad. Here's a 55, 1 cutter for 75 bucks. This is for hinge mortising. So for cutting out the hinge mortise. Marking gauges, bevel gauges. What's your favorite size hand plane? Usually a 4, though 5 is pretty close. But 4 I probably use more than anything else. Sorry if I missed your question. Rob Cosman likes the 5.5. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the wide ones. A lot of people like them. It's just a personal choice. I don't like the 4.5, the 5.5. I like them a little bit thinner. Grandfather gave me a coping saw that he used when he was a child. Oh, that's a cool one to have. I love it when you use a saw that has a story, or you have a tool that has a story. You get to think about who used it in the past. Let's see, we got one table over here. Oops.
Got the what's it box right here.
I'll take a look at that in a moment. Here's an adjustable auger bit. Those are a pain to use, but sometimes you get the job done. They're definitely fun to set up. Yes, the box of, what is that?
Band tightener.
That one, yeah. Now, that's one of the things I love about coming to these is you always get to ask, what is that? You get to learn and find out some of the background on things. Let's see, trying to see if there's anything else on there. Let's come on back here. We got another table back here with some interesting stuff. It's been pretty well picked through. Most of the best stuff sells in the first half hour. So by this point, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. So a lot of stuff has been picked through. Oh, sorry. Dig and dive boxes. What are you going to find? Pocket knives. Is that a pencil sharpener? Huh. It is something like a pencil sharpener. Travel points, slingshot, call, vice. Here's a fun one. This is an ink line. Actually, no, this one would have been a chalk line. So you'd fill that up either with ink or chalk, depending upon your tradition, and you'd run the line through it. It would come out this way, and you'd strike it. So just like a standard chalk line, but older. No, backsaws are expensive for antiques. Usually, backsaws are one of the few things I'm going to tell people go get a new one. You can get a Veritas that works phenomenally well for a fraction of the price, and you can bump up to something nice like a Florup or Green or Bad Axe, and it's almost the same price as a good antique. So backsaws are one that I usually say don't go antique. There's some big bedrock. There's that 608 back there. Don't come across those all that often. There's a whole pile of router planes. Oh, he's down to 5 of them now. He had about 10 of them earlier. Here's some more 48s. Someone was saying they were looking for them. What do we got? 88, 93, 98. Price on those has gone up. They used to be about 40, 50 bucks, but now they're a bit more. These are carriage makers planes. A lot of people collect those specific things. Let's see, we've got a Lee Nielsen and a Veritas router plane. Love the Veritas style. But then we got the Stanleys for, oh, that one's a, what's that one? No, that's nicer. I don't know who made that one. Unbranded, $75. So yes, and 73 on that one. And 68 on that one. Let's come on over here. We got a number 7 for $88. Lee Nielsen cabinet scraper. Lee Nielsen 5.5 for $415. Here's a number 2, $163. What is that? I'm trying to figure out what company that is. Unknown. Huh. Here's a Sergeant number 2 for $198. Now that would intrigue me. So I want a number 8. I would really love to have a Sergeant. Sergeant's one of my favorite brands. I love them. Really good stuff. Another big number 7. Be a good Stanley user. 88 bucks. Here's a adjustable not tape measure. Screwdriver that they can split and swing down to the side, giving you more leverage. I hate these things. They're just painful, and you get a half turn to a third turn each time. But they make a hole efficiently. More auger bits. Ooh, that's a nice set. 68 bucks for an Irwin set. What's he asking on this one? Let's see a number on that one. There's another set for 68. Some braces. More dig and dive boxes. Here we go. The Tools for Working Wood Gramercy saw vise. This is probably one of the best simple saw vices that have ever been made. Simple, easy, really, really good saw vise. And still being made, which is nice. Ring sizers. I spent a lot of time with those when I did jewelry work. Folding rules, wrenches, spanners, for those of you on the other side of the pond. That's an interesting one. It's probably automotive for something particular. There were a lot of interesting tools made for Fords, old Fords, that were very specific tools. Well, that's a cool brace. So you have the socket set, and they get stored on the back, so they're always with you. Bet that gets in the way a lot, though. Dog bone hammer. Yeah, that's kind of funky. I like that one. All-in-one tool. I love these double claws. That's for duplex nails. Cool. So yeah, there is turning high. Let's try this. Turn 2. Turn. There we go. So there is the meat. We've gone through all the tables. If there's anything particular you want to see, let me know and I'll go back through them. Otherwise, I'm going to go get some donuts over here. But yeah, flip around. There we go. Hi. So unless anyone has any questions, let me know. I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I love staying in frame. I love coming to these meets. This one is one of my favorites because it's so close to me. This one is a little on the smaller side. Most of the locals are larger than this, and if you go to the nationals, they're a lot larger than this. So next national is in Green Bay, Wisconsin in June. It's 3 days of far, far more than this. One of the biggest tool sales in the world. The next national is in late September, and that one is in Iowa. I don't remember where. But speaking of Iowa, Handworks is going to be in Amana, Iowa on September 1st and 2nd. You need to be there. That is the tool event in the world. So if you go to one event, Amana, Iowa is the place to go at Handworks. Look it up, handworks.co. And just really, really, really good place. It's an entire town that's devoted to hand tools for one day. All the woodworkers are going to be there, all the hand tool woodworkers. Roy Underhill is going to be doing the big talk. It's going to be really cool. Rex and I are going to be doing it to get together. So put it on the calendar and schedule. It's free. Anyone can go to it. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of these. On that note, I think I'll do it. So I'll wrap it up. And until next time, have a wonderful day. Now I got to find the off button.